Welcome to the webinar. This is Cyril Gupta, and I'm here to talk to you about AI on the telephone. Yeah, it's a great new technology. And in fact, in the last 10 days, it took a major leap forward. I'm going to tell you all about it. And I will also, of course, introduce you to my new product, Callsi, and I will tell you how it can make an impact in your business. So very quickly, let's get to know you guys better. I know a lot of you guys came in a little bit later. So please put in chat where you're from, and your name is already there. So just let me know where you're from and I will give you a shout out and we'll talk on that note. We have Lindsay here, Lindsay from Australia. Thank you, Lindsay, for attending. I think it should be pretty late in there. Not so sure about it. Maybe it's not such a bad time for Australia. Thanks for attending. We have Ganti Murthy again. Thanks, Ganti, for being here. I saw you on my last webinar too. I think a lot of other people are here from my earlier webinars. We have Paul Keenan from Ireland. Ireland, it must be somewhere in the midnight, right, Paul, for you? We have Bob from Albuquerque. Bob from Albuquerque, yeah. Barry from Arkansas. Stephen from Michigan. Ray says, I have all of your products almost. Well, Ray, I did make a lot of products. I think right now I have about 38 products live. How many do you have? We have Diana from Rhode Island. Julie, just get started. I am getting started, Julie. Tanya from USA. Rick from Toronto. Jeff, CA, Ebe from Denmark. Redding from California. Paul says it's 1 a.m. Yeah, I'm not surprised. And 2 a.m. for Denmark. Well, it's late, guys. All right, so I'm going to get right to business. So today we're going to talk about human-like AI agents that work 24/7 to land you more sales and automate your business tasks. Well, this is breakthrough technology, and how it works is you don't need to have human beings manning your phone. Now, everybody knows that having a phone, phone marketing system is very important for any business. Now, it could be an agency business that is trying to get more customers. It could be other sorts of local businesses. Maybe you've got a physical business like a service provider. Maybe you are helping people with their homes, repairs or construction, or you have an agency that does design, even website design, SEO, whatever you have. It is important to be able to pick up the phone and dial, right? So that is the basic value that you provide to your marketing team. The marketing has to reach out and you have to be there for your customers when they call in, right? So when people call in, they expect to get answered and they expect to get good answers. And if you don't have that in place, you will lose customers. Well, that is what we're trying to solve in here with Callsi, and I'll talk about how this technology makes it possible. And this is breakthrough stuff. This is, I think, one of the best uses of AI possible. I've seen a lot of different applications of AI. I've made a bunch of them: video creation, content writing, business process, AI tools. But this, I think, is one of the most useful ones because it really takes away a manual process that everyone hates, right? So we will talk about that. So I'm asking you to give this your complete focus because this is important. At the end of the webinar, I'm promising you, this is my promise to you, you'll walk away with an amazing new idea about how to run your business, and you will also discover how to automate things that were the most troublesome part of your business. So let's make it happen. Let's make sure everyone gets the best value. So make sure that you are able to participate the best you can. That means being focused on this, put away all the distractions, and let's get started. So very quickly, these are some stats that I found online very fast. We've got 78% people of the world who are always happy to make a decision about whatever they're ready to purchase on a phone call. They prefer this to emails. They prefer this to any kind of outreach or any kind of messaging that you can do. On the phone calls, you will get the best amount of decisions being made. It's easiest to convert people when you're talking to them. That's why telecalling is so invasive and it's so prevalent, right? You can't get rid of telecalling because it works. It works for businesses. So you can get rid of it. 78% of the people will convert on a phone call. Well, I convert, just last evening I got a phone call out of the blue from a marketer. Usually I don't need their services, but yesterday I was just in the requirement of the similar service that they were selling, and of course I gave them my business. So that's how it works. You get lucky, you call people, and you always get lucky. It is 200 times more effective than emails. 200 times. It's not 200%. 200% is only two times. This is 200 times, which is 2000%. That's the effectiveness of calling. So calling, that's why most marketers who sell a product of any kind of value, you think about real estate, you think about agency services, anything that's of value, financial goods, insurance, anything that makes a fair difference to the marketers, they always invest in a telecalling team. They don't rely on just emails. They don't rely on just WhatsApp or SMS messaging. They think about how they can get people on phone and make that high value sale. So when you think about high value sales, the only way to sell is using a phone call, right? So 42% of the marketers, that's quite a big majority, believe that phone is the most effective sales tool, right? And that is why that 82% of buyers who need to meet face to face. So if you've got a product that requires an appointment, that requires a physical meeting to sell, you need to get started with a phone call, because an email might not get you there. And by meeting, of course, I also mean online meetings. Maybe you want to meet them online. So telecalling is just effective. That's the first thing I wanted to get to you. Now, before we proceed to the next slide, I want to ask you a question just to understand where you guys are at right now. How many of you have used telecalling in the past? So give me a yes if you've used it, and no if you have never used telecalling. Let me see how the room is working. Diana says, yes, I hate making cold calls. I get you, Diana. I hate making cold calls too. And I did make a lot of cold calls, especially in the beginning of my career, in my early 20s. When I was 21, I used to be a salesman. I used to do sales calling, and it was terrible. Dole says, does this come with a phone number? Coming to that in a bit, Dole's. Uh, Mark says, yes. Ray, me, I will take that as yes. Ray, Rob, yes. Marius, yes. Mike, yes. Julie, yes. Paul says no. Don Micklin, no. Abby Lind, no. Richard, yes. I think about 70% of the people have actually made phone calls, and that is really great because it means you know the value, you know you've done it yourself, and I'm sure all of you hate it, right? That's my next point. Nearly everyone who has done telecalling hates it, right? It's the same with me. I was just telling you about my career as a telecaller. This was a long time ago. When I was about 21, I used to sell yellow page ads. Yeah, it was a long time ago, and I used to go to people and meet them. And that means making an appointment. I used to have dozens of calls, and that was the worst part of my job. How many here who've made a call hate it? How many of you hate telecalling? I know one person already said that they hate it, but how many of you actually hate it? Give me a yes if you hate it. Let's just get that stat out of the way too. Carlos says me, very fast answer, Carlos. I'm not surprised. Indeed. All right. The room's this. Ray says yes. John, yes. So a lot of people hate telecalling, and Mark still hates it after 40 plus years, right? So technology can help us with that. We don't need to make those telecalls. There's those cold calls. Here is the thing. Cold calling is all about lead qualifying. You're calling up a lot of people. It's all about volume. You got to make 100 calls to maybe get to three good people who will give you business. I think that's about the stat. That's what I experienced in my career as a telecaller. Out of 100 calls, maybe you will get four or five who would be interested in taking it forward. But you shouldn't have to do this manually. You shouldn't have to brute force when you pick up that phone and you're demoralized by 96% of the calls who just say no. Some people even get angry, right? And then at the end of the story, you still make that business because you get four good people. But there has to be an easier way, right? So the easier way is to let the AI do the qualifying for you. By the way, guys, the solution that I'm going to talk about today is not just about cold calling. It goes much deeper than that because it also handles something else. I'll show it to you. But the point is, everybody hates this part of the job. It's worse than meeting. It's worse than talking face to face. Cold calling is, I think, one of the worst jobs that you can do. So let us have an AI handle it let us have an AI do it for us. So what we're going to see today is 24/7 AI agents, agents that work 24 hours, 7 days a week. And why is it important? Because sometimes you might want to sell across the world. Now, I'm sitting here in Dubai, and most of you guys are in the US, some are in Australia and Europe, all over the place, right? So if I wanted to sell you on the phone, if I wanted to call up Rob today, I would have to wake up at 4 a.m. to reach him at 8 p.m., right? That don't work. And if I wanted to reach him at a sensible hour like 5 p.m., I would be working in the midnight. So that is also something we need to solve. If you got a process which is selling online, maybe you're running an SEO agency. I know it's a good business over here, or social media marketing agency, or any other kind of agency, and you got a global outreach potential, then you shouldn't be limited to your own jurisdiction. You should be able to make phone calls anywhere you want. So these agents, AI can work 24/7. It can work around the clock, which is a good thing, right? Awesome. So here are the things that AI agents can do. I know I talked about cold calling first, but there is a lot more. So the first thing, marketing calls. It can call people, tell them about, hey, this is my product, and are you interested in something like this? And if the person is interested, it can note their interest and escalate the lead to the next level. It's called lead qualifying, right? So when you talk to somebody who may or may not be a prospect, may or may not be a customer, and then you're able to fine tune and discover that they are indeed a customer, then somebody can step in who's a senior person, and they can then carry on the conversation and, of course, convert the customer. So that's what AI can do. Second, it can do appointment reminders, right? So you can have an AI call up your prospect. Hey, you have a meeting with me at 5 p.m. Just making sure that you're gonna be there. I will be there for you and looking forward to talk to you. So that means you will have better show up rates. So whether you are going to meet them face to face, or they are coming to meet you, or you're getting to meet them on the internet using a meeting app, you always need to make sure that people show up, especially if it's a business involved, especially if you got sales going on. You need to make sure that you are able to convert them. That's what the appointment reminders features can do. And you can modify the appointments too. People can call up your AI and modify their appointments. And you can also do message taking. People can call up your AI, take messages. You can do sales prospecting, qualify leads. You can do phone surveys. So maybe you provided some service to someone and you wanted to make sure that your team did a great job. And this is great for local businesses. I know a lot of you are selling to local businesses. And this could be a product that you could actually sell to them, tell them, hey, you know what, you can have a phone agent that will that will talk to your customers even when you're not around, and make sure your business is going on and you don't have to be on phone all the time, and you don't have to hire a person dedicated to phone marketing. So that's a great value proposition that you can give them. Phone service is a part of it. Customer support too. So when people call up your number, they can get customer support. They can get questions answered. Like, what can I, like, for example, you got a device, they can ask questions about the device and get answers, real answers, processed with conversational AI that works just like human beings, not like those automated answering systems that we've been witnessing from the last 20 years. They are really lame, but the technology that we're going to see today is extremely good, right? We have reminders, we can do inbound calls. And I think this is something that I needed to stress right in the beginning. AI telecalling, or AI agents that I'm going to show you today, you can have them making phone calls and also receiving phone calls. So your agents can do phone calls, they can call up people, and people can call them up. And of course, you can have a real human-like conversation at both ends. So it works for inbound calls, it works for outbound calls, and you get a lot of voice options. You get a lot of different voice options in terms of how your AI agent should sound, right? Julie says, I don't see book appointment in your grid. I think, yeah, it should have been there in the grid, but it's a part of the software, of course. It does book appointment, Julie. It can modify appointment. I guess the first part is booking an appointment. I should have put it there, but the point is it does book appointments. Greg has a question too. Can you have more than one phone numbers? Absolutely, Greg. You can have one phone numbers, but every campaign can have one. And we'll come to this in a moment. So this is Callsi AI telephone agents that are just like a human being. And I think that's the important part, because when you talk to an AI agent, it should not sound like an AI agent. It should not sound like a robot. And you shouldn't have to do press one for this, press two for that. It is really, really irksome. People hate it. Anytime I have been taken to an IVR where they tell me, listen to the messages, press one for the support and press two for sales, and listen to the menu system before you proceed, I just cut the call. I can't stand it. But with this technology, you never have to do that again. And I will show you a demo very soon of the call, right? So we're going to be excited about it. But like I told you, it can do outbound calls. So when the AI agent calls the sales, calls everyone, calls the customers, that is an outbound call. And you can have sales calls, you can have support calls, you can have reminders. And when I talk about reminders, it goes way beyond into a territory where only human agents were able to do this earlier. Think about John, who owes you money. You provided a service to them last week and they owe you money. Today is Monday, today is payday, and you don't want to pick up the phone and call them up, because I know everybody hates even the collection and reminder calls. I hated that when I had to do that. And I wish there was a way to delegate it to someone. So you can have the AI just softly remind the person, hey, John, today is Monday. Just a soft reminder that there is a check that you need to put in the mail today, or you need to make a deposit today. If you got any questions, just let me know. But today is the day you need to pay me. You can do things like that with AI, right? You can train the bot. That's what Carlos is asking me. You can train the bot. Yes, absolutely, Carlos. You can train the bot and make it absolutely behave like a human sales agent. You can perfectly replace your telemarketer, your receptionist, whoever is manning the phone now. And of course, you don't need to worry about all the other things like holidays or leaves. The AI is at work 24 hours, which is really, really good for local businesses, for small businesses, because that means you can have better service standards, you can have better marketing standards without spending a lot more money, right? So let's take a look at the second thing, inbound calls. So when you think about inbound calls, there can be a number of different things for that. For example, if you got a salon, people might be calling you up and asking you, hey, do you have an appointment today? Can I make an appointment for this afternoon at 4 p.m.? And the AI can book that appointment, right? AI can book that appointment. It can put it on your calendar. And if you need any follow-up, you can call them back yourself and tell them whatever you need to. But otherwise, AI can automate the entire thing. You can also use it to provide product information or service information. Let's say you've got a web design service. People can call it up. People can call your AI up, ask questions. Do you work on WordPress? Can you set up my blog? The AI can actually answer these questions precisely, accurately. You can give it the exact information that is correct for your business, and the AI will talk to your customers just like a human agent would, making sure they get the accurate data and making sure that they are all converted, right? And you will, of course, be notified. You will know when that happens, when people call your AI up, so that you can make follow-up calls or follow-up discussions and make sure your customers will come to you with the business. You can use it for support too. You can use it for queries too. Anything that human agents were doing earlier, you can do with AI now. That's what the technology does, right? So you can do sales and lead qualifications, call your prospects, or sell or zero in on quality leads. Absolutely. It is trainable just like humans. Now, what is the conventional way of training human beings? When I used to work with my telemarketing team, I had a couple later on. I used to tell them, this is the way our customers will ask things. I would prepare a little script. I would prepare a little text, document, maybe 3 to 4 pages, where I would talk about the product that we're selling and the common questions. And I would ask my telemarketing agents, please read this, please understand what this is about. And when customers ask you, you know what to respond, you know how to respond. And all that data I had collected by making calls myself, by listening to customer objections myself, and made sure that my audience, my audience knows my telemarketers know the right answer, and they can actually serve the customers better. And that's how they got better conversions. Well, you can do that with AI. You can give it exact answers to the question. So let's say the customer says, I think this is too expensive. I think the service that you provide is too expensive. Your competitor can give me the same service for $20 less or $200 less, right? The numbers don't matter. The AI can actually give it a very qualified answer, telling the customer exactly how your service is better or why they should buy from you or any other angle that you have in mind. And yes, like Patrick says, can you include words not to use? Yes, you can include words not to use, and you can put in exact phrases that the AI should use. So think about it. It's extremely consistent. It's extremely dependable. You can depend on it to have a good mood every single day on every single call and treat every single customer with the same amount of value and make sure that everyone gets the perfect response and it doesn't tire, it doesn't get irritated. So think about it. It's actually superior in some ways to telecallers in some ways, right? Next, you can do appointments and reminders. I told you all about it. You can book appointments, you can modify appointments, you can remind people about appointments, and of course, you can handle inbound calls and get sales. That's the most important part. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question again, guys. How many of you are using the inbound sales process? So that means people can call up your business and get answers. How many of you are using it? Give me a yes in the chat box so that I know that you're already doing something like this. And then I know that this is the right time or right place to ask you the next question. So give me a yes if you're already using inbound calling. People are calling up your business and they can get answers. Wow, the chat is crawling up quite a lot. Uh, CY says yes. Troy says yes. And Greg, no. John Lawrence, yes. Jim, yes. Eric, no. And Brett says go high level. Well, I don't know if that's the yes, no answer, Brett. Uh, we have Ray. You have calling for personal injury cases. Yes from Marius. Yes from Jack. Jack. Yes. Carlos says he's got inbound and outbound both. And Diana says, no, I need help. Well, Diana, today we will provide you that help. Don't you worry about it. And all right, so a lot of people are actually using this already. And that's amazing because it means that you have got a phone process and you just want to make it easier. And we will try to make sure that it becomes as easy as possible. So yes, the next question that I wanted to ask you was, do you manage yourself or do you have an employee? So all of you guys who answered yes, now you need to tell me whether you manage yourself or you got a team member. If you are using it, doing it yourself, put myself in the chat. And if you have a team member, put team in the chat. Dominic says myself, and Jack says AI, CY says AI, Carlos myself, Jeff myself, Rob is doing it myself too, John, Jim, Shinji, Don, everybody seems to be doing it themselves, right? That's the point. It's too much work. And imagine this, because of this work, you can do the other work. So you can't focus on your work. You are making a spreadsheet, you are studying something, you're watching a YouTube video, trying to talk to a customer, trying to just spend time with your family, but you have to be on the phone all the time to make sure that you are there for your customers. You make sure to make sure you can answer them all the time. They need to reach you, and it takes time from you. It takes your attention. It takes the time that you can invest in growing your business forward, or you can invest in having a better time, enjoying your life better. So I think an AI is a perfect replacement for this, because AI can feel like you're talking to a real human being. Yeah, literally that, right? You can ask it questions, it behaves and answers just like a human being. And I got to tell you this, we are all a very clued in bunch of people. We know what technology is about, we know what AI is about. But most people, most regular folks who talk to AI right now, they can't tell that this is AI. Only very few people who have already understood this can actually tell that, because that is so realistic. When I saw the new technological advancements or the changes that have been already that are already there in the technological world, I was blown away myself, because the level that this takes it to is amazing. And I'll show you, I promise you. So you can have real-time voice conversations with AI, which means people can talk to talk to the Callsi AI agents, and they can answer questions, they can ask questions and get real-time answers. Just the way I am talking to you, just the way I am conversing with you, you can have real-time conversations with the Callsi AI. And Ganti has a question for me. When scheduling appointments, does it need to integrate? Yes, Ganti, we integrate with Google Calendar, right? So Callsi, the product that we're talking about today, it can become an expert on your business in minutes. So the first thing that we talked about earlier, is it trainable? Yes, you can train it on your business, and it takes very little amount of training. All you need to do is tell it a little bit about your business, and it uses the entire information set that it has. Because it's an AI, it knows a lot about a lot. So you don't need to train it to the micro level. You don't need to train it everything. It just kind of builds up that knowledge and makes it easier for you to train it and to use it. Next, it can learn from your calling script. So I was talking about calling scripts earlier. You can give it frequently asked questions and it will have the answers for you. And people who ask those questions will get the right answers, so that you know exactly how to answer the objections, so that the AI knows exactly how to answer the objections each time and make sure people receive the answers, right? So it can learn from your calling scripts, and you can choose the perfect voices. We have many different voices to select from. You can choose the voice that you like, that's perfect for your business. Plus, it works on all the languages that you can pick up. So it works in English, it works in Hindi, Arabic, Bulgarian, Catalan, Chinese, all the top languages of the world. This AI can talk in that. So if you're in Europe, like I have a person here, AB from Denmark. Well, it can talk in all the European languages. It can talk in French, Dutch, Hungarian, and German, any language that you pick up, right? So that's a fun thing. It can qualify and warm up customers. So you can call up people and it can ask people about whether they need a service or a product, and then based on their need, it can qualify the customer so that you can follow up. You can book appointments, you can create reminders, you can conduct surveys. So imagine this, it can call up people, ask them, hey, you took a service from us, what do you think about it? Please give us your feedback. And it can register the feedback just like a human being would, and then you can later review it. That way you know exactly how your customers are being helped, what they think about their business. You don't need to call them up yourself. You can call up leads with custom instructions too, and that is very special, which means you can practically use it for anything. Like, sometimes I used to tell my marketers, hey, could you please call up this person and tell them that we have a meeting today? Well, the AI can do that. The AI can do payment reminders. The AI can do suggestions, right? So if your work is ready, you can get it picked up today. So your product is ready, your design is ready, whatever you need to tell them, the AI can call them up and tell them, hey, your design is ready, it's ready for pickup. So whenever you're coming down next to the office, you can get it. Anything you want, the AI can call people and inform them of that fact, right? And I'm going to show you a demo very soon. Troy is asking for a demo. I'm going to show it to you. You can reach global phone numbers absolutely anywhere in the world, no matter where you are, Europe, Asia, Americas, any place in the world. You can give them a call from sitting where you are. You can even get a local number where they are, because it uses Telio for calling infrastructure, which is the best company when it comes to giving you phone numbers and giving you access. It also keeps the calls transcripts. So every call that it makes, it notes down the transcript so that you can see it and you can review what's going on in your business, and you can probably improve the calling agent. Because if, let's say, the customer asks a question that your AI doesn't know about, just like a regular telemarketer, you can train it. Okay, this is what happened. Here is what you need to do in this circumstance. And the AI can completely keep learning. And it can also send SMS. And this is very important, guys, because here is a big question, and this is something I was thinking about. What happens on the call when people want to convert? Let's say you got a product, you got a service, the AI has done the call, and the customer says, the prospect says, okay, I'm ready to sign up. How do I do that? What happens then? How does the AI make it happen? Now, does it refer back to you to book an appointment and have you call back the customer? Absolutely, it can do that. But there are many times when the product or the service can be sold online. So the AI can actually send a SMS, send a text with your link, with your message. hey, Rob, you were interested in this service. This is where you could sign up. Here is a link to it. People can click on that link on the phone, see the web page and sign up right away, right? It also has D&D. D&D, everybody knows D&D or not? Okay, anybody who knows D&D, tell me in the chat, you know that that if you don't know D&D, tell me in the chat that you don't know D&D. Give me a no if you don't know what D&D is. And I'm asking you because I had one of my associates ask me what D&D is. I just wanted to make sure everybody knows about it. So Brad doesn't know. Well, Brad, it means do not disturb. So this is something that is a compliance requirement. It's like a legal thing. When you have a telemarketer calling up people, people should be able to tell the telemarketer that I do not wish to be called. I'm in the do not disturb registry. Please don't call me again. And you got to respect that, because if you don't do that, and if your AI keeps calling people again and again, what happens is they can complain about you and you can get penalized, right? So you got to have D&D as a requirement. And I'm surprised that most software don't have it, but Callsi has D&D. Then you can have multiple campaigns. This is important if you got multiple products, so you can have multiple campaigns dedicated to each product. And if you're providing it as a service to your customers, of course you need multiple campaigns, because you can have one campaign dedicated to each customer. That's a part of it. So if you're ready to see the demo now, give me a big yes in the chat box and I will show you the magic software that does all of the things that I showed you and how it does it. So give me a yes in the chat box and I will show it to you. So we have Don who says yes, Don Schultz, yes, Frederick is ready for this, Rob, yes, Max, yes, Shinji, demo please, Aitoro, yes, Paul, yes, Carl, yes, Stephen, yes, Carlos says, I'm ready to buy. Well, Carlos, we will give you the opportunity shortly. CB, Delswood, Mark has got a big yes. Diana, yes. And Richard, yes. Ebe, yes. Jeff, yes, yes, yes. Alan, awesome. So let's just get to it. I won't keep you waiting any longer. Just let me know that you can hear the audio, right? So just wanted to make sure of this. Most powerful AI telephony platform with real-time AI agents that sound like a human being. With Callsi, you can do marketing calls, you can reminders, you can conduct surveys, and people can even call in, get the information they want, and even book appointments. I'm going to show you, but before that, let's take a quick look at a call.
Hello, Cyril G. I am Joel. Can we talk for a minute?
Hi, Joel. Sure. What is it about? Keep an eye on the timer, guys. This is all real time.
We specialize in AI telemarketing solutions. I wanted to ask if your business is currently using AI for telemarketing. If not, I can tell you how Callsi might benefit your business.
All right. Could you just give me a brief update?
Absolutely, Cyril. Callsi is an AI telemarketing software that can handle inbound and outbound calls for businesses. It can perform tasks like sales calls, lead qualification, fixing appointments, and answering questions. Our AI makes the calls feel like you're talking to a human agent.
Can it work in multiple languages?
Yes, Cyril. Callsi can speak in multiple languages and accents.
What about Spanish?
This means it can affect... Yes, Callsi can communicate in Spanish as well. This allows you to engage with Spanish-speaking customers.
Okay, could you send me the landing page, please? Could you send me the website?
Sure, Cyril. I'll send you the link to our website. You can learn more about Callsi there. Please check https://getcallsi.in for all the details.
All right. And what about a follow-up call? Can you send me a follow-up call later, maybe tomorrow? What about a follow-up call?
I've arranged for a follow-up call for you. Our business advisor will get in touch with you tomorrow to discuss further. Thank you, Cyril.
All right. Bye-bye. Now, before we continue, I just wanted to ask you, was that amazing or what? You had the AI talking to your customers in real time. So I was fumbling, I was interrupting it in the middle, and it just continued without a beat, right? Just like a human being would. Think about it. If you were totally amazed and blown away by that call, by the way, I kept interrupting it. By the way, it kept making sure that the answer was accurate and correct. Give me a yes in the chat if you really loved this call And I will show you exactly how you can set something like that up for your own business. And I see in the chat a lot of people reacting to this. Diana says, wow. Richard says, yes, great. Robert, yes. Elizabeth, very nice. Carlos, yes, good. And Lindsay says, we can always be on the cutting edge with your tools. That's true, Lindsay. Thanks so much. I know you have nearly every tool that I've created. James, yes. Troy, yes. Jim has got a yes with so many yeses. That's amazing. Carlos, does it do the follow-up automatically? Carlos, yes, it can. And I will show you more about it. I'm gonna tell you this. When you see how the software works, the kind of configuration and options it has, you will love it even more. So let's go and take a look at the rest of the demo now. Well, that was just one sample call, but you can imagine the potential of Callsi from that just one call. Yes, it can talk to your customers in any languages you want. It can do outbound and inbound both, and it's a multifunctional app that can be a total marketer or a total telephone caller for you. It can take away a lot of work from you. So to get started, you just create a campaign. I have got a couple of campaigns already. I'm going to show you the Callsi campaign that I set up. Now on the dashboard, you will see information like the call summary. You will see a little graph which shows you how many calls you sent out or you received every day. And if you got any conversions, yes, Callsi can track the conversion. So if people are interested in your offer, Callsi will track that and show it to you. You will see a summary of all the recent calls, and you can view a call just by clicking on the view button. Here you will see the details of the call, the lead name, their phone number, some other details, and below that the actual transcript of the call that shows you how the conversation went, what Callsi said and what your lead said, so that you know exactly what to change, what to track, and how you need to adapt Callsi or modify the conversation in future. And it is incredibly easy to set up an effective campaign, and that is what I'm going to show you very quickly. So each campaign is about a business or a process that you might have. If you got clients, then each campaign can be for that particular client, even for a particular product, whatever way you want to structure it. If you are a real estate seller, it could be about a particular project that you're trying to sell. So you can divide all your calling up into campaigns. And to set up a campaign, you click on edit campaign. That's when you get started. And you need to put in a few details, basic details like the campaign name, the name of the business or the product, a little bit of the profile, put in any information you want, and you can go as detailed as you want. That's absolutely up to you. You get to choose whether the campaign is outbound or inbound. And if you want to receive the transcript by email at the end of every call, which is a great idea, because then you can keep track of the conversations on your telephone while you're on the go or wherever you are, and you don't need to be checking Callsi, and you don't need to come back and check Callsi multiple times a day. By the way, Callsi can even send an SMS to people. So if one of your customers are interested in the offer, you can send them an SMS with the landing page or whatever information you have, maybe your phone number. It's totally up to you. And yes, you can personalize the SMS with the lead's name. Callsi uses OpenAI's AI, so you get to choose which real-time engine you want to use, and we heavily recommend GPT Real-Time. It's really good. And you can also decide how many calls you want to send out to people. So if you want to send out multiple calls, maybe you couldn't reach them at a particular day and they want to be called up again, you can choose how many reattempts you want to make. Also, the gap between follow-up calls and of course the time zone that you're working in. This is very important because you want to target your leads and prospects in the time that is convenient to them, in the time zone that's convenient to them. And of course, you can put in your logo. Next screen, you get to set up the agent profile. It's very easy. You get to choose the agent name, the language they will use, the length of response. So mini response is about 20 words, and you can go up to long responses depending on the business and the use case. Choose the response length you want, and you can also choose the speech speed. How fast will your agent speak? Normal is just fine. Then we have instructions, and that's where you get to adapt the call. That's where you get to customize the call to suit the business. For example, you can start with a particular greeting, and of course you can put in your placeholder again, and you can also tell the AI how you want it to behave. So you can give it information about your business here, any follow-up information that you want, and you can also give it the personality that suits your business. Do you want it to go in depth? Do you want it to be educational? Maybe you're making a coach where people can call and get some counseling. So do you want it to be instructive? Whatever you want the agent to do, and whatever way you want it to do, that you can specify in the instructions section. Next, you get to choose the AI voices, and we have quite a few selection. These are all high quality real-time voices. Let's listen to a couple.
Hi, I'm Alloy. I'm smooth, confident, and perfect.
Hey there, I'm Ash. Chill.
Hey, I am Ballad, the
Hi, I'm Coral, bright bub.
Hey, I am Cedar.
So you can choose the voice that you like just by clicking on it. It'll be highlighted. Next, you have this beautiful feature which is called response and reply. So when you are tracking the calls, let's say you see a particular question or a response from a caller and you want to create a custom reply for that, so that next time when the AI runs into a similar question, it can just use that reply to frame its response and make sure your clients get the best possible reply. All you need to do is click on add response, and then you can specify what the user said. Let me just put that information in. So check this out. Let's say the customer asks, does Callsi have a D&D feature? And the response is already there. Yes, it does. Callsi maintains a D&D list, and make sure you're compliant. You can add it. And next time when a customer asks about the D&D, Callsi will give you the response. Callsi will give your prospect the response, depending on the reply that you put in. So it is like customizing Callsi to a level where you train your human agent, right? So you can train it like a human agent. Then you have calling hours. So we've got every day of the week. If you don't want to call on a certain day, let's say on Sunday or Saturday, you can just untick them and you can choose what time you want to start calling and what time do you want to stop calling. And Callsi integrates with Twilio, so you need to put in your Twilio details. You can just put in the Twilio details over here. And for incoming calls, you need to use this incoming call URL, which is specific for your campaign. You need to copy it and paste it over in Twilio to get your calling infrastructure going. Yes, Callsi integrates with Twilio, which is the top provider for calling infrastructure, for telephone infrastructure in the world. They give you access to all the different country codes and all the different numbers. Maybe you want in a specific area, you can exactly get the number you want. And it also uses the Twilio API to send the SMS. So when your customers are showing an interest in your product or service and they want to receive an SMS, Callsi will use the Twilio API to send the SMS to. That's where you set it up. Now for appointments, you can connect your Google Calendar and Callsi will set up your appointments in Google Calendar automatically. So whenever people say, yeah, I want to talk on a certain date or I want to fix up an appointment, Callsi can do that and it can automatically update your Google Calendar. How cool is that? Next, we have notifications. So whenever some event happens, Callsi can notify you by email. Let's say a customer expresses interest in your business. You could be calling up maybe 20 prospects a day and one of them says, yeah, I'm interested. What can we do next? So Callsi will give them a proper reply and then mark that lead as interested and then notify you. If you want to be notified, you will get an email so that you know that you need to track it right now. There is no need to do a constant checkup. Callsi keeps you in the know. So you can set up your notifications here. Next, in the call section, you can see a list of all the calls that were performed and at the transcript, just like I showed it to you earlier. You can see what happened in the call. So this one probably ended pretty early. Right, so this is how you can keep track of the calls. You can also see your leads over here, and adding a lead is as easy as importing from a CSV. You can even export the leads to the CSV, or you can delete the leads that you want to delete, or you can add the leads manually. So again, you can put the name and phone number and add the lead. Now I'm going to show you a cool feature about the leads. Any lead that you want to work with, let's say you've got Cyril Jeet over here and you want to send him a reminder. It could be maybe the payment is due and this guy has to pay you, or you want to remind him about the promise that he will place an order today. Whatever you want to do, you just click on call and then you can set up a specific call to them. Maybe let's say you want to set up a call for 2 days later. Tell Cyril that he has a meeting with me on Monday at 11 a.m. at the Ritz, right? And you can again customize it. If you want to put up any specific responses and replies, you can do that. Now you can either choose to make that call instantly, click on call now, and this call will go instantly to Cyril, whatever lead you selected, or you can schedule it for later. So let's say you wanna remind Cyril at 9 a.m. Yeah, about the meeting at 11. So you can just do that. So I think Monday is 8. Yep, that's all it takes. And now the call, it's actually 9 p.m. Yep, now the call will go to the lead that you specify at that particular time, and they will be notified of your preference. That's how easy it is to set up a custom call notifying your lead. I want to show you one more thing. By the way, we are in a particular campaign and it has the details of this particular campaign. You can choose to add this particular information to the campaign instructions that are already there, or you can just override campaign instructions, and in that case the call will not carry over any of the earlier instructions you have and just use the instructions that you put up in these boxes. So yeah, it's extremely customizable, and make sure that you are able to use it in many ways, not just as a marketer caller, but also in so many other ways. You can use it as a reminder machine, as a collection agent. You can even conduct surveys. So yeah, you can call up people, ask questions, and your responses you will get in the transcript so that you can review what your customers or what your prospects are saying. So this is making Callsi one of the most flexible calling software out there. There is nothing that is as flexible. In calls, you can see all the calls that are either completed or pending, whatever is their status. You can do that. If you want to cancel any particular call, you can. By the way, I think we also discussed this earlier. Callsi also maintains a do not disturb list. You know how people get upset if they don't want to receive a particular call. You don't want to keep calling them because then they will get angry. Maybe they will make a complaint or write a bad review or just get angry at your business. You don't want that, right? So Callsi has D&D. Whenever a customer says, I don't want to be disturbed, I don't want to be called, Callsi will put their number in the D&D list, and you cannot call them till the time you delete it from the D&D list, right? So that makes sure that you don't end up irritating people. So Callsi is a complete solution that makes sure you respect the local laws. So if you're calling in a particular jurisdiction, they might have such a requirement, and Callsi makes sure that you have compliance with those requirements. It also has team access, so you can have your team members coming into your campaign. By the way, you can assign a particular campaign to a particular team member, and they can work with your campaigns. They can access that particular campaign and be able to monitor your calling, to set up your leads, and do anything that you want them to do. So this is the first preview of Callsi. I'm sure this is going to be something that you will actively use in your business, whether you have an agency or you're running a product business. And if you decide to get it, I'm looking forward to seeing you inside. This is Cyril Gupta, your best friend in the business, signing off. Was that fantastic or what, guys? What do you think about Callsi? Give me in the chat box what you think about it. I know Bryce already told me this is better than the other platforms that he's seen. Well, I'm not surprised because I made this product with a lot of thought, a lot of research. We talked to customers. We wanted to make sure that people actually get the features they need. So we've got the reviews coming in. Dominic says great. Greg seems great. Awesome says Deanna. Rob actually, and a lot of other people just flooding in the comments. And Iotoro says looks great. Stephen, awesome. Dominic, does this integrate with GHL? This does not integrate with GHL, guys, just to clarify that. Let me scroll down. Jim says amazing. Wow. Abby, I love it. Jeff, let's get to the pricing. I know you guys are excited. I know you guys can't wait. We will get to the pricing soon, I promise you. But let's just get a recap of the pricing. We watched the demo already. I think I put it twice. So this is Callsi AI, the suite. The main product is Callsi. That's what it does. It can do outbound and inbound calling using AI. It's extremely trainable. You get all the different voices that you want. It can handle AI, inbound and outbound calls. Right. And I'm going to answer some questions as we go along. I will tell you about what it does. Lindsay says you've done it again. Thank you, Lindsay. Shinzi, wow, breathtaking. Good job. Thank you so much. Dominic, is this white labeled? Dominic, I'm sorry, there is no white label for my products. I don't like to white label my products mostly. Uh, Amy, I mean, all call is recorded in call. See, absolutely, Amy, but not in voice. You get a transcript because voice recording is something we didn't put in yet. We might do it in a later version. You know, I love to upgrade my software. Okay, I think a bunch of you people already have my products, which is great. I know a lot of familiar faces in here today. Rob, Ganti, Lindsay, all of the good guys who've got nearly all of my products. If you've got a product from me before, drop a yes, I have it in the comment so that I know you've got my software already. And I'm going to take you down to the Callsi offer just next. But I just wanted to see how many people here have my products. Troy says yes. I think Troy has. Okay, I'm just scrolling too fast, guys. Wow, I think the chat is just taking over. Ray, yes. And we have Bryce who says, I have a few of your products. Jim says yes, yes, many. Alan, yes, I have a few. Don, yes, I have. And we have John, yes. James, yes. Trey, I have a few of yours. I guess nearly everyone here has got a product from me. So the point is, I love to update my products. I love to make them better because this is my passion: programming, creating products, making them more useful as I can, as useful as I can with time, and getting all the suggestions. I got a bunch of amazing suggestions from the group today. So this is the first release of Callsi. With time, it's just gonna get better. You will get more features, you will get better outcomes, you will get a lot of new things as they happen. As AI technology evolves, and it's evolving so fast, I'm going to put better and better AI in there, put in better and better capabilities in there. So you can look forward to having the best tool in this segment, right? Now let's look at what Callsi AI Suite has today, right? So this is the deal that I'm going to give you on this webinar is going to be the best deal that you can get on Callsi, right? There is not going to be a better deal on this. So if you want to get Callsi, today is the best time to get it because you will get the best price, you will get the best offer with the best combinations. So let's take a look and find out what you can get. So the Callsi AI Suite, the first thing it has is Callsi Elite. And Callsi Elite is the basic entry-level product, which gives you access to 20,000 welcome credits. You can do 50 daily calls, and you can have up to 15 different campaigns. Let me remind you guys, each campaign can represent one business or one product or one service. So the best idea to structure Callsi is to have different campaigns, each servicing a particular kind of a product or a service, right? Then you can have one team member, which is yourself, of course. You get a lifetime license. This is also something that is time limited. I do not offer a lifetime license on my products after the sale is over. Whenever I launch a new product, today is that day, by the way, Callsi is a new launch. I will offer you a lifetime license, and later you will have to pay a subscription if you want to get the product. So today is the day you can get a lifetime license plus 1 year of free technology upgrades, right? That's included in this package, the all-inclusive package. Next, you also have the Callsi AI Professional Pro lifetime license, which is also included in the AI in the all-inclusive deal today, which upgrades your welcome credits to 50,000. It gives you unlimited campaigns, and it gives you 200 daily calls. Actually, it's been upgraded to 500. This slide is a little bit older, but you get 500 daily calls. You get all the AI voices that we have. You get advanced real-time AI. This is real-time AI just launched by OpenAI last week. It's better than what we had earlier. Any software that you see in the market, this has got the most latest technology. So we have that as a part of the pro deal. You get a lifetime license and 2 years of free upgrades, right? Then you have Callsi AI Reseller Upgrade. The Reseller Upgrades lets you sell Callsi licenses. I know a bunch of you will be excited to do that. Think about all the local businesses that you have in your city, in your area. Everyone will want to get Callsi, and everyone will want to make sure that they don't have to handle the phone call themselves, because That's the first thing. Nobody wants to call up people. Cold calling is hard. Receiving inbound calls or incoming calls when you're doing something else is inconvenient. And Callsi just takes everything out of the picture. It makes things easy, right? You can get incoming calls. You can do outgoing calls. Every local business would like to get it, and you can sell Callsi to them and keep all the profits. That what the offer is included in this today. You can sell up to 70 licenses, right? So that's a lot of money that you can make. We handle all the support, by the way. So when people need any help, they can reach out to our support. We will help them. We'll make sure things are smooth. They get all the updates that we give you too. So it's all a very seamless experience. You don't need to worry about technology. You don't need to worry about maintenance. I know there are some products sometimes in the market that are not maintained. And if you invest in them, about 4 months later, you find out that you cannot sell them. Not with my products. The good news is I keep my products well maintained. I, in fact, make them better with time. So if you buy this license today, you can sell it this month, next month, the month after that, or 4 months down the line, or 1 year down the line, you will still make money. So it's the best way to recoup your investment and multiply it many times over. This is also available only on the launch, in the launch period. After the launch period, the reseller licenses goes away, and I don't allow people to buy further reseller licenses. So if you want to be able to sell Callsi and get all that money back and make a huge amount of profit on Callsi, you can do it today. Then I will also add some extra products. We've got PeopleBots. PeopleBots is a new product that I have created some time ago. It's like Callsi, but for website chat. So if you got a website that you want to have AI agents on, AI chat agents, you can use PeopleBots. It can work for any business, local businesses, or also for online businesses. It works for every kind of business. In fact, we use it ourselves. That's the first test of any company that is going to offer your product. Are they using it themselves, right? So all the products that we've created, we use it ourselves. PeopleBots is on all of my websites. So when you talk to my AI agent on the Callsi website, it is actually PeopleBots. It's an extremely advanced human AI chat. And it's also can be trainable. You can train it with your business data. So it will give your customers extremely accurate answers. It's very customizable. You can customize it to your website's theme, and you can train it in any language. So you can put it in English, you can put the conversation or your training in English, but when people ask questions in Spanish or Hindi, it will answer in their language. It can also do voice chat on your website. So people can request, they can click a button, and instead of answering in text, it can also answer in audio. So that's also a part of it. If you have PeopleBots, I have a question here from Jack. What if you have PeopleBots? You can opt for any of my software. I have a bunch of my products. Just tell my support team and they will be happy to replace it with anything you want. Then we also have CloudFunnels, which is a part of this deal today, the all-inclusive deal today. It's a special bonus from me again. CloudFunnels is a very, very powerful sales funnel builder. We've only made it better in the last few years. Now it has AI, so it can write your headlines, it can write your copy, and it can make your page using AI, which is a very advanced, which makes it even more advanced. You can create your websites easily, whether you want to set up an e-com website or you're making a sales funnel, you're selling something, and you want to have upsells and downsells and everything else, you can have that. It integrates with all the top, providers and all the payment providers globally. It has providers from America, it has providers from Asia, from Europe. So you have over 20 payment plugins, Stripe, PayPal, all the top ones, but also payment plugins that are specific to certain countries so that you get the most number of options. Plus it comes with a lot of free plugins. All the free plugins that you've been paying money for are included in CloudFunnels absolutely free. We have a plugin ecosystem and you can get all the plugins free by just clicking a button. And you also get a lifetime license today. Usually it's not available with a lifetime license. So the all-inclusive deal has AI, Callsi AI Elite, Callsi AI Pro, Callsi AI Reseller, PeopleBots Pro, CloudFunnels Pro, and the total value that it has, if you were to buy all of these products separately, right, during a non-launch period, you would have to pay a subscription. These are all real costs. And if you go to my sales pages and buy, this is what you would pay today. It's $888 per year, right? Remember, this is not a lifetime price. And because the lifetime deal that I have today is only valid during the launch, there's going to be a 6-day launch. And after 6 days, this product, this Callsi and all its upgrades are gonna be going straight to recurring, yearly and monthly. So right now I'm offering lifetime deals, but after that it's not gonna be lifetime. So the total value that you get is $2,079, and that is calculating a 3-year lifetime. Honestly, my products are maintained forever. CloudFunnels, I created it in 2021, and I've just made it better across the last 4 years. I've just made it so much more amazing, and it's the best it's the best sales funnel builder right now. And we are still investing time in it to make it even better, getting new ideas from customers and just creating them. So this lifetime value actually is more than what is written over here. You will get to use Callsi for a long time. It's not going to break down. It's not going to create problems, and it's not going to glitch and just go away. Callsi will be there, right? So it's a great value. But you can get this entire lifetime deal not for $888, but for the special price today, $247. It includes everything in the funnel that I told you about. All the products that are listed over here are included here for only $247. Now, is that a crazy price or what? Let me know in the chat box what you think about this deal, and I will give you the place to buy it. Yes, this price is lifetime. No need to pay me every month or every year. And I know some people are asking for this much money for a similar product for a month, but this is what we get to see today. We have Rob who's waiting to click. Diana, $247 for a lifetime. Absolutely, Diana, and no annual fee. Deals World says cool. Alan says great deal. Don says love it. And Robert says, wow, from the Legally Blind guy. Hey, Robert, good to see you back. It's been quite a while. Jim says, absolutely love it, Cyril. Ray, how much is just the reseller page? We'll talk about that. Troy says, yes, good. And Kanti says 247, and it is crazy. Yes, you get the entire deal at 247. Stephen says, sounds good. Lindsay says, unreal. Dominique, do we need to? Well, that's a technical question. We'll come to it. Jeff says, is there a money back guarantee? Well, let's look at some of the other things that I have. There are some bumps that I have on this. It's 2279 value, as I said. Now you have some options to buy some boosters. So I know Lindsay likes to get all the licenses that he can get, for example, to sell. So yeah, you have an opportunity to get some extras when you buy Callsi. You can get 40,000 extra credits for $29 only. So those of you who wanted to call a lot, well, it is your time to get a big discount on the credits. Usually the cost of the credits is $1 for per 1,000, but here you can grab 40,000 credits for only $29. So that's a special deal. And this will be available on the webpage where you purchase. And second thing, you can also get 140 extra licenses to sell for only $99. That's less than $1 per license. It's actually about 72 cents. Think about it. Every license that you have, you can sell for above $200 easily. Now, after the Callsi launch deal is over for 7 days, you will be able to sell the licenses. And I'm gonna sell Callsi for a minimum of, if you're talking about the pro version, people will need to pay a minimum of $164 per year. But you can sell it to them for $164 per year, or $164 one time, or $200 per year, or $200 lifetime, or $250 lifetime. It's totally up to you. The point is, you can do a multiple very easily by offering Callsi for a price that could be even beating me, and I'm not going to stop you. The licenses that I've given you, you can sell any way you want, and you can get a multiple which is much beyond what you invest, right? Just today, if you invest $247 to buy the core deal, get 70 licenses, and then you're smart enough to buy the 140 license bump for 99 more, you will get 210 licenses in total, and you can sell these licenses easily minimum, I'm talking about, if you were just hitting the rock bottom in terms of pricing, $100 per license, and that is $21,000 in value for you unlocked. You will get your money back with just the first two sales if you were selling it at this kind of crazy price, but you would make a profit on the third license already. So that's what the crazy deal is today. You can get this license for $99. Plus, there is also the seller's pack, which makes it easy for you to sell. The seller's pack gives you a ready-made landing page. It gives you videos that you can use. It gives you graphics, social media graphics, ready-made emails, demo video, sales video, everything that you need to sell, you can get in the seller's pack only for about $29, so that you don't need to do all the work. You don't need to set up a page. You don't need to make a video. You don't need to make the graphics. You don't need to write copy. Everything is done for you in the seller's pack, right? So that's also included. So if you want to purchase now and you can't wait to get your hands on it, I will show you the link, but I've explained to you already these things. 40K extra credits, 40,000, I've told you about it. Reseller bump, seller's pack. Plus, just let me recap what you get in the package. You get unlimited campaigns in the all-inclusive deal. You get unlimited leads. You can put in all the leads you want. You get team accounts. By the way, you can have up to 10 team members signed up. So that's also part of the deal. You get 2 years of free upgrades. And if you are ready to purchase, this is where you need to go. The link is on the screen, and Swati will also put it in the chat now so that you can go to it and get started. And if you get in today, if you decide to purchase it today, just remember to make a note in the chat. Just remember to tell me in the chat, and I will give you a shout out. Just to remind you guys, this is how the screen will look when you go to the buy page. This is the link again. This is how the screen will look. You will have the core product. Then you have an option to buy Callsi for the 40K credits for $29. And you can get the Callsi Sellers Pack. Sorry, I think the pricing is wrong here. The Callsi Sellers Pack is $29 too. Yeah, that's actually correct. And you can get the Callsi extra licenses, 140 extra license for $99. And you can get the entire deal with all the bumps today for a lifetime price. You don't need to get it again. By the way, to remind you, we have a 30-day money back guarantee. It's an ironclad guarantee, no ifs and no buts, and we don't make you run around. We don't play games, because this is what our business is all about. It's making great products, having a great rep, great relationship with our customers. So if during these 30 days, when you're using Callsi, you find that it's not something that you want, you don't absolutely love Callsi, and you can actually afford to get to not use it, all you need to do is tell my support team, create a support ticket, email us, or do a chat, and they will refund all your money. They will, of course, take away your Callsi access, but they will give you all the money back, and all the usage that you've done in Callsi, that's absolutely on me. Yes, all the calls you've made, all the business that you've generated, it's absolutely free. If within those 30 days, you can afford to give up Callsi and return it back to me. That is the special refund guarantee I have for you. By the way, just to remind you the kind of business we've built here, we have a very, very high rating on websites like Trustpilot and Google reviews. So on Trustpilot, we have 4.6 stars. That's our rating. And on Google reviews, on Google Business, we have a rating of 4.8, all from happy customers. And again, asking this question, I know a lot of you people, a lot of you guys here today have my products. All of you guys who have found value in it and who love my products, who found them extremely, extremely valuable, useful, better than the market, drop me a yes, I love it in the chat box if you got a product from me and you love it, so that I know that this is the place which has already got a lot of my products already, and you know what I stand for and you know what I stand behind, right? So give me a yes, I love it if you have my products and you actually love them, you actually love my product. So looking at the chat now, Carlos says, I have most of your products, and Don says, I love them all. Ebby says, I love it. And we have CY, one membership. Well, CY, that's not a part of this package deal. Bryce says, yes, all your products are excellent, Cyril. Troy, yes, I love it. Patrick, I love them. And the chat just goes on. Rennie says love most. Jim says absolutely love your products. Anything with the Technic Force name, I am in. Well, thank you so much, guys. This is the kind of reputation I have built thanks to all the work that my team does and we do to try and make sure we take care of everybody. Lindsay says, love it. Holy cow, you're so our best friend in business, Cyril. How can we not love in everything that you create, everything you do? Thank you so much, Don. Thank you so much, Lindsay. So by the way, this is where you need to go to get your deal. It's on the screen. It's also in the chat. So when you get it, just drop me a little shout out in the chat so that I know you've got it, and I will give you a shout out, welcome you to the family. And again, I will be here answering questions while we do that. So let me know that you have purchased Callsi today. And if you got any of the upgrades, let me know about that too. What upgrades you got? If you got all the upgrades, let me know that you got all the upgrades. And well, Rob, I think is the first one, or at least in the chat. Rob says, I just bought it. Congratulations, Rob, and thank you so much for purchasing. By the way, guys, there are a lot of tutorials in the software which show you everything, including how to set up Tulio, how to set up the call, how to train the bot, how to set up D&D. Every question that you might have, it is answered in the tutorials. And of course, if we get more questions, we'll be creating more tutorials, making sure that people are taken care of. Awesome. So Bryce says, can we add our domain link only to Callsi? Bryce, I'm not sure I understand the question. In the SMS that you send out when people convert, you can put in your domain name, put in your sales landing page, anything you want. Where exactly did you want to put in your domain? Jeff says, does this come with agency or commercial license? I believe you mentioned it's per campaign. Can each campaign answer multiple inbound and outbound calls? Jeff, yes, it does have a commercial license. The all-inclusive deal has a commercial license. You can use it to power other businesses. You can set up campaigns dedicated to each business, and people can call up the number that you have there, or you can have the AI call them up. You can give access to the owners of those businesses using team access. Yes, team access can be connected to a particular campaign, so people can actually see their transcripts themselves. It has a configuration, like I showed you, that allows you to choose which email gets notified, right? So whenever a call happens, the Callsi can automatically notify your customers, and that also can be set up inside of Callsi. So it's a great way to notify your customers. Let me show you. In fact, I will load up Callsi on my screen and show you how that works. Yeah, that's fun, right? I think you would love it if I can just show you a little bit, on this myself. By the way, guys, this is how the campaign section looks. You can see this is some of the campaigns that were created by my team and by some of my affiliates. You can activate or inactivate a campaign anytime you want. So imagine this. Whenever you want to run a campaign, you can just activate it, and let's say you're going on a holiday, or maybe you want to come back to a campaign later, you can inactivate it with just a toggle. Now, how do you make it work for your clients? It's very easy, guys. The first thing, in edit campaigns, you can you can set up an email transcript for them, so you can, every call that you have will be emailed to them so that they know something is happening. It's the easiest way to keep them notified, keep them happy, and it will help you just sell it to your customers as a service, right? So I hope that answers your questions, guys. Questions, Bryce, and I'm looking at the other stuff, other questions too. Again, this is the link that you need to go to buy Callsi, and if you purchase it today, I would appreciate if you give me a shout out here in the chat. You let me know that you've got Callsi so that I can remember to give you a shout out too, and we can make sure that everybody is welcomed. So I'm looking for more questions to answer. Just a second. Here we go. Jeff says, do I need extra credits if I'm using my own Tulio number? Jeff, Tulio is absolutely free. We don't actually charge for calling. So I just wanted to simplify or to clarify what credits are used for. We do not charge you for the calls. The actual money that you pay for Tulio is the only money that you pay for the call. But we do charge you for the AI processing, right? That's what our costs are. So we do not charge you for Tulio, but we charge you for the AI. It's extremely cheap. In my test, I was doing most calls for less than 2 cents, sometimes 3 cents. But think about it, 2 cents per call or even lesser. It's the cheapest deal you can get. Like, you can't imagine. I could not imagine the costs when I ran it. I was able to make 100 calls for $2, no, 20 cents. 100 calls for $2. Yeah, that was it. That was the cost. It was incredibly, inexpensive. Diana says I purchased it. Thank you, Diana, so much, and welcome to the Callsi family. Dominic says, is the sales page formatted in WordPress? Not so sure what you mean, Dominic. Are you talking about the sales page of Callsi? Well, it's not WordPress. Ray says, why do I need credits if I'm using Twilio? So I hope I clarified it, Ray. You're using my AI, and my AI is real time. It's making sure that your customers are serviced and their health. So that is what the cost is for, but it is very affordable. I am in the whole shebang. Thank you so much, Jeff, for buying Callsi today. Really appreciate you. Al says, can you connect Plivo numbers instead of Twilio? Al, for now, in the first release, I've only integrated Twilio, but my products are always in development. And if enough people ask me for a feature like Plivo integration or integration of any other platform that supports real-time calling, I can easily build it. And of course, it makes sense for me too, because that means I can keep selling the software. That's my entire strategy. I sell products long term. I don't sell them once and forget about them. So when I launch them, of course, it's the best deal. But later on, I just keep selling them and keep getting subscriptions for them. And I will just be adding a lot more features. So I think after 1 month, when you look at Callsi, you will be happier because it will have a lot more features, because now I'm collecting the feedback from people who are going to use it every day. They're going to tell me their ideas, and I'll be trying to build as much as I can. Dre says, so if I change a local business and they see the embed script on their website, will we be competing with you if they just go direct to your Callsi website? Dre, this is not a website integration. This is Callsi. It's a calling number. It's an AI caller. So you don't need to integrate anything on the website anywhere. You need to tell the local business, hey, you know what? I can take care of your calls. People can call my number, and you will not have any missed calls. Anyone who calls, you will be notified immediately using email. You can read up what they said. It can fix up your appointments. It can manage your bookings. It can call people with your reminders, and you can also have your qualifying sales calls done with it. It can get you leads. It can get you sales. So why would you not want to do that? So yeah, they don't need to even know that you are using Callsi in the backend. You can even say that I'm using my service infrastructure, which is, which could be manual, which could be phone, which could be AI. They don't need to care about it. So it depends on how you structure your offer. Carlos says, do I recover a campaign if I delete? Well, Carlos, if you delete, it's gone. Edward, if you have clients, am I the one who provides their credits? Edward, yeah, it's centralized. So you can, if you're talking about the reseller version, then no, because they have their own accounts. You don't need to provide them the credits, but you can if you want to, but you don't have to. Don McLean, will our client see the name Callsi or Technic Force? Don, this is not a white label product. So when you sell a reseller license, people will see Callsi and people will see Technic Force. So it shouldn't be a problem though, because I'm letting you give them a better deal than I have. And the upside is so big. Well, the returns are amazing. So it depends on how you structure the offer. Again, I'm just assuming you're selling the reseller version. But if you're not selling the reseller version and you're trying to provide it as a service, like I said in my earlier answer, you can choose to not talk about the providing the backend infrastructure. S says, as a reseller, how many can I resell? Well, S, you get 70 licenses in the all-inclusive. Then you get an offer to get 140 licenses more for only $99. That's 70 cents per license. So you can get a total of 210 license. Assuming a very conservative number, you sell every license for $100, you can make up to $21,000 from it. And I know my customers make a lot of money from the licenses that I provide them. Many of them go to Facebook groups and offer the product. Many of them email their lists. Some of them have contacts or associates who could be interested in the product. They call them up and tell them, hey, I have this product. Would you like to buy? So they always recoup their money, because it's so easy to sell my products, because it's all over the place. It's well maintained. It's easy to use, and it really does the work, right? So not a problem with that. Ray says, can it work with webhooks to import leads from other sources? Ray, at this time, we have CSV import. So you can do a daily CSV import if you get new leads. At this time, we don't have webhooks because I don't know what you are integrating with. So if we create webhooks, it will have to integrate it with your, either you will need to code it for the webhook. Most of my customers do not have programming infrastructure, or they don't have coders, so they can't create the code or the backend service required to consume those webhooks. So I don't really usually create it, but if there is enough demand, I can do that easily. Richard says, I'm in. Thank you very much. Thank you for buying this, Richard, and I'm sure you will enjoy this. I hope you're gonna make your first call in the next hour, right? That's how simple it can be. Shoaib says, can we update the reseller top up of 140 licenses later? Shoaib, no, you cannot, but you can buy multiple 140 licenses. So if you feel you can sell more than 210 and you want to get 140 more, you can ask my support chat for a link during the launch period, during this next 6 days, and they will give you a link to the extra purchase and you will be able to buy 140 more. This again goes for everyone. Those of you guys who want to buy more than 210, you can buy the link. In fact, I will ask Swati to put it in the chat now. So Swati, could you please put in chat the link where people can go to a page and buy the reseller upgrade one more time? So this is again, guys, when you go to the link in the display, you will be, or in description, you will be able to buy Callsi with the upgrade. And if you want to buy multiple copies of the reseller upgrade, Swati is going to put the link in the chat now so that you can purchase it and you can go to the special link. Swati, again, we need the link to the page which has the reseller deal so that Shoaib and anyone else who's purchased Callsi today, they want to get the reseller 140 licenses more. Maybe they want to get 140 licenses, 280 licenses or more. They should be able to get it. So please put the link in the chat today and make sure that people can get it. So just make sure that you get that done. Again, let's keep reading the chat. We have so many questions. So Dre, so if I charge a local business and they see the embed, okay, I think they took that question. Ganti says, dropped $404. Thank you. I am trying to get my password. Thank you, Ganti, for purchasing. You can always use forgot password to retrieve your password. And if you have any trouble logging in, just let me know in chat and we will sort it out for you. Don't worry about it. We are there for you as always. I know you get every one of my software. So thanks again for buying this one too. By the way, the link to buy the reseller bump again is in the chat. So Shoaib, if you want to purchase it, and anyone else who wants to grab 140 more licenses, apart from the 140 that you grab as a bump, you can do that if you want to. Mark, with the reseller license, I'm told we can sell the Elite and Pro. Is that correct? And if so, how do I let my customers choose? Mark, that is on you. Yes, you can have both options on your landing page. You can give people 2 links. By the way, remember this, guys. When you sell the reseller licenses, you get paid yourself. You don't need to go through us, right? So you can structure the page any way you want. You can tell people, hey, here is my bank account. Could you drop the money in there? Or here is my Venmo, or here is my PayPal. Please send the money in. I will send you the license. So it can be as simple as that. You can create the license in our backend and send it to the customer. So they don't need to choose, like, as in clicking a button and, opting in for it. You can just give them 2 separate sales buttons, right? Ganti says, I'm glad I'm on the call. Me too, Ganti. I'm good. It's good to have you on the call. And Richard PO is already in. Elliot, please explain the call limits. Elliot, there is no real limit, right? I don't need to put any limits. By the way, Pro gives you 500 calls per day. That's the only limit. So you cannot make more than 500 calls per day using Pro version from one account. If you need to make more than 500 calls per day, please buy another account, 2 accounts, and then you can do 1,000 calls per day. So if you are really an amazing marketer who needs to do 1,000 plus calls, please get 2 accounts. Otherwise, per day you can do 500 calls. I think that's the only limit I have practically. Jeff says seller's package works in Elementor. Yeah, Jeff, it's a HTML website. You can take it anywhere you want. You can take it to Elementor. You can just host the HTML script if you want to. Roger, on inbound call and AI forward the call. Roger, AI cannot forward the call right now. I'm exploring this as the time goes by because it could be a feature that I will build later. But for now, the AI cannot forward the call. Dre, Plivo, please to be added. It's cheaper. Thanks again for the suggestion, Dre. I will explore it. In fact, I never heard of Plivo before today, so it's a good thing that you told me about it. I will see what can be done about this. Dominic is the extra resource to help you sell Callsi ready-made sales page you're providing with a sales pack formatted in WordPress, yes, DHL, etc. Yes, Dominic, these are extra resources to help you sell because I know people need help with that. People, if you get the reseller version, which you should, because it's just an easy sale to make, it's just an easy money to grab, then you should also be able to sell this easily, right? Why do you need to set up a custom landing page? Why do you need to worry about creating graphics or writing copy when we can give it to you, all done for you? So the $29 that you spend, it gives you everything you need to sell. I think it's a pretty logical thing to get. Troy says, got everything. Thanks again, Troy. Good to have you on the call, and thanks for buying today. If you're sticking around, if you have any questions, let me know and I will answer questions. I can see the questions are really piling up, guys, but don't you worry about it. I'm going to be here as long as you ask me the questions, right? So even if I get to you a little bit later, I promise I will answer every single question that you have asked me. Alan says, if I tell a potential client and I tell them I'm a reseller of Callsi, what is stopping them from purchasing them from you directly? Good question, Alan. And why will they not buy from me and buy from you? Very simple answer. After 6 days, Callsi is going to be a lot more expensive from me. I will take it to $164 per year minimum for the pro version. So all you need to do is tell them, hey, you know what? There is no lifetime deal for Callsi. If you want to buy a lifetime plan, they don't have one. They're going to charge you $164 per year. But you know what? I will give you a lifetime deal on Callsi. I'm the authorized seller. I've got the licenses early on. I'm grandfathered in, and I can give you that license lifetime for $250. People love lifetime deals. I know a bunch of you love the fact that you have an opportunity to buy the lifetime deals. That's an easy ticket to make those sales. You can compete with me and you can beat me because I let you, right? So I hope that gives you the perfect angle to sell Callsi. So just to clarify, Mark, you can sell both Elite and Pro. Robert says, I bought the whole bundle. Thank you, Robert, and I hope you enjoy it. Again, if you need any help, as usual, Robert, we are here for you. I know you've got multiple products. I have had you attend nearly all of my recent webinars. So good to see you again. Hope you're having a great day. Troy says, just purchase everything. Thanks again for you. Thanks again, Troy. And Greg says, finally, the payment went through. I already have people bots. Thanks for buying today. Callsi, Greg. By the way, if you have people bots, don't worry about it. I have a lot of good things for you. You can just go to my website, Techniforce, and find out the product that you want to replace with people bots. And you can replace it with any product you want, right? Carlos says, if I delete a campaign, do I get to use it for a new campaign? Absolutely, yes, Carlos. Ganti, if you have got an issue and my team will look after that. Frederick says, CRM integration, we don't have any yet. Bryce, I'm in Cyril. Thanks, mate. I wanted to use my domain link only for Callsi. My domain link is called AI Smart Number. Well, fantastic. That's good. That's a very good domain, Bryce. And I'm really grateful that you got Callsi today, and I'm sure you will enjoy this product. It's a very good product and made with care. And if you have any questions, any follow-up questions, let me know. I'll be there to answer it. Jeff says, is PeopleBots also using credits? And so how is being charged? PeopleBots comes with for you 50,000 credits, and it's 1 credit per response. To be honest, you will not use up your credits even in 2 years. That's what I noticed. People who are using PeopleBots from Jan, I brought it out in Jan. Since then, I just made it better and better. So people who are using PeopleBots, they have not needed to buy credits because they haven't run out of credits. So don't worry about it. Just wanted to tell you guys, don't get hung up about credits. It's just a best thing that I'm making credits. And I know I'll tell you why, because some people use products a lot, some people use products a less, and there is a very conventional SaaS sales method in which they charge you a subscription every month. It's a flat subscription, and everybody gets to pay $50 whether they use it once a month or they use it 20 times a day, right? I think that's unfair. That's why I build the credit system. Everybody pays for what they use. So if you're not using it all day intensively, earning thousands of dollars from it, why should you pay a ton of money from it? So I think my system is fairest of all, and it gives you real value. Most people who I don't know, all of you have at least one of my products, or nearly all of you at least. You know what this is about. Nobody needs to worry about credits because I make sure that you get fair limits. So don't get worried about that. Jeff says, so the reseller license does not include any credits. Jeff, it does. Every customer that you sell to gets 5,000 free credits. Frederick, API integrations right now, none. Frederick. Robert says, Cyril, any chance for a giveaway for one of us that brought the whole deal? Robert, what kind of giveaway? I'm not sure, but today I have the best deal for you. I mean, this product is really, really cool, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope you make the money back that you've invested in the first day, and I think it's possible. So let's focus on multiplying our investment. But if you have any ideas from me, I'm looking for it. Happy to hear from you. Alan, how much will you be selling it for? My clients were to go to Callsi's website. Like I said, Alan, $164 per year. Lindsay, well, I need to say that Cyril's product on my computer are taking over prime real estate on my hard drive. Yeah, thank you so much, Lindsay. I really am happy that you're using my products and you are enjoying them. I think about all the new things that I can build for businesses, and I'm building quite a few. My mission is to help you make sure that you are able to conduct your business with Techniforce products from end to end. I want to be a total solution provider. All right. So Bob says, just to be clear, when selling a reseller license, is the buyer getting Callsi all inclusive? No, no, Bob. They can get Callsi Elite or Callsi Pro, depending on what you set up, but they do not get the all inclusive. Ray says, is there going to be? Sorry, Ray, I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe there is a question that I missed from you earlier. So if you can hit reply and also show me the earlier question, I can probably answer this. Carlos, I purchased the all-inclusive deal. Thank you and your team for the great work. Thanks again, Carlos, for attending the webinar and also for getting this from me today. Really appreciate you. Rob says, okay, my friend Cyril, I now have this all included with most of your other products. Now I need to run them. We'll talk again. Take care, my friend. Thank you again, Rob, for buying this, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much. Patrick, will there be a SOP for selling this as a service? AI can make SOP, but it would be better to have one from someone that does it than something AI generated. I have not made a SOP because I think most people run their business their own way. And people, if you're running an agency, you probably know what you're doing. If you need help or ideas, well, my support is here. We can always help you. But from my end, I have not provided a standard operation procedure. Lindsay, my dad called me and I missed the past few minutes. Lindsay, you didn't miss much. I was answering questions. I'm still answering questions. We have a pile of questions to go through. So just stick around. I know it's getting late for you. I did explain the integration for PeopleBots. If you have any questions about it, I'll be happy to explain again. Ganti says, when will the 6 days end? I think it is 23rd of September or 24th, something like that. 23rd of September, yeah, or 24th. I just count from today. S says, how much do you reseller license do you get if you don't buy the upgrade? I'm not so sure I understand the question. Yes, you get 70 licenses as a part of all inclusive. That's still quite an upside because you can sell each license for $100, $200 based on how you want to structure the offer and how well paying your client is. So you can still get a lot of money from the licenses that you already have. The upgrade gives you 140 more licenses. Bryce says, so I can charge by the minute as well. Can I, Cyril? Absolutely, Bryce, you can. The transcript also has the details of when the call started and when the call ended. So you will know exactly how long the call went on for, and you can charge every minute from your clients. I think they will be happy to pay because it beats paying for a full-time employee, right? That's thousands of dollars. And this is just like a handful of dollars. Ray says, I just purchased. Thanks again, Ray, for attending the webinar and for purchasing Callsi. I'm here answering questions. If you got any questions, please let me know. Robert says, I bought Diggy too. What would be a great way to use these two software together? Perfect idea, Robert. What a question. You can get leads from Diggy. So Diggy can scrape websites. You can go to different websites, scrape phone numbers, scrape emails, and then you can sell them AI calling as a service. You know what? I saw your business. I know that you need to have telecallers or you need to get offers. Here is a little demo of how Callsi can help you. You can just make a little demo yourself. I recommend that. And people would convert for it, or you could offer them calling as a service. So Diggy can help you get leads. By the way, we have improved Diggy so much in the last couple of weeks. We got a lot of suggestions. We building them. You're gonna get a major upgrade to Diggy next week, and it's gonna unlock crazy new features. So just look out for that update coming next week. Samir says purchase 404. Thank you, Samir. And I'm glad that you purchased today. I hope you like it and you will have a lot of fun with it. Ganti says once we sell the reseller account, they can communicate with you if they want to contact you. Yes, Ganti, they can. And this is a part of, taking the headache of support away from you, right? I want you to make that sales. I don't want you to get enamored or get hassled by people who need help or assistance. That's what my support team is for. So they can reach out to us. They can create support tickets. We will help them with it. We'll help make sure that they are able to use the product without any hassles. So yeah, it's important that the customers are taken care of. Ray says cannot transfer the call. Not yet, Ray, it cannot transfer the call yet. It cannot hand off the call yet, but it's a suggestion I got from multiple people. I might build it in the coming days, but for now it cannot. William, how can I set up my username and password? You can just your access is supposed to be created automatically. You can use forgot password. If for some reason it's not there, you couldn't get access, just let my support know. We will get it sorted for you. Alan, how much do you think we could sell this package to clients? Alan, I would sell it for minimum $250 lifetime, and you can actually do more than that. I will be selling it for a minimum $164 per year. Jeff, what is included in the reseller plan? Jeff, you get 70 licenses to sell. Can you explain again? This is from Jeff too. No, this is from Jeff. But the earlier question was from Jeff Foster, and this is from Jeff. Can you explain the daily call limit again? Is that per account or per campaign? We have 500 daily calls, Jeff, and it's per account. But think about it, 500 daily calls. If you are attending or making these many calls, that's great. And I really think your business is big time. So if you want to go beyond that, you can just buy another copy, another license. Patrick, changing phone numbers is a hit to a GMB. So yes, please forward numbers. Right, Patrick, I will make that happen. Thank you so much. Anne says, I just bought it. Thank you, Anne. Appreciate it. And I hope you enjoy the product. Welcome to the Callsi family. Welcome to Technic Force. S small, why is no one answering my questions? S, I have a huge queue of questions. I'm sorry, but I'm getting to every single question. I promise you, I think I already answered your question, by the way. The reason why I am getting to your questions late, guys, is because there are so many questions above you. I'm reading and answering every question. If I miss your questions, please just let me know again. I will just make sure I answer every question I can. But I'm here. I will be here as long as you've got questions for me. I will not leave without answering all the questions, I promise you. But there are so many questions that I will get to you one by one. Dominic says, do we need to get our outbound phone numbers A2P verified? No, Dominic, you don't need to. A2P verification, I think, is only for SMS, probably not for calling. I think you should be able to do the calling without any hassles. In fact, I've been using Callsi for outgoing calls for a bit now, and I did not need to get my number A2P verified for any purpose, so you shouldn't have to. Bob says, just to be clear, when selling a reseller license, is the buyer getting Callsi all-inclusive version and that the purchase can make 500 calls per day? Bob, they will get the call. They will get the Elite and Pro. They will not get reseller. They will not get people bots, and they will not get cloud funnels. So they are getting the Elite and Pro version depending on what you set up for them. They can make 500 calls per day. Yes. I'm getting a drink of water, guys. Ganti says, when is the last day of the launch? That is to buy the extra $99, 140 license. Ganti, I think that's 23rd. Lindsay, love the people Cyril attracts onto himself. We have such a wonderful community here. Indeed, Lindsay, I really appreciate it. And you know what? I think I'm probably the only guy who can keep the chat open because I have a community of people who really stand for my products, who love my products, and I don't need to be worried about people who hate my products because nobody hates them. So really, really good to have you here today too, and of course every other attendee who's used my products earlier. Really appreciate you guys. Abby says I'm in. Thank you, Abby, and I hope you enjoy the product. Sorry, I think I've been talking for a long time. Patrick says, I like this as a SaaS. Indeed, it is a SaaS. Uh, ends on 23rd. So Swati answered that. Ray says, I got the deal. Thank you, Ray. Appreciate it. Carlos, what's the difference between Elite and Pro? Carlos, I can just quickly circle back and show you. Elite has 20,000 welcome credits, 50 daily calls, 15 campaigns, 5 AI voices, 1 team member, and a lifetime license with 1 year of free upgrade. Pro has 50,000 welcome credits, unlimited campaigns, 500 daily calls, not 200, all AI voices, advanced real-time AI, and a lifetime license with 2 years of free upgrade. So that's the difference, guys. I hope it makes sense. Troy says did not get the login information. Troy, my team will help you with that. Don't worry about it. We will support you and make sure it's sorted. In fact, I'm just sending them a message right now to make sure that they had it. Awesome, that done. Alan says, which version of PeopleBots come with the package PeopleBots Pro and the latest version? Ganti, are there any restrictions for selling the reseller license like advertising on Facebook and other social media? No, Ganti, you can do anything you want. You can advertise, you can email, you can call up people, you can message them. You can set up a web page. The only restriction, or I would say the request we have is please don't impersonate us. So you have to tell people that this is Ganti selling the product and not Technic Force. Of course, there is a legal reason for it. We don't want people to believe that they bought directly from us unless they did not. Unless they did. So please, when you make a sale, just clarify that you are an authorized rep. At some point, do not tell them that you are Technic Force. That's all there is, right? Rob says discount. This is the discounted price, Rob. No further discounts today. In fact, this is the cheapest price. Tomorrow, the price is going to be a little bit higher. And from here on, every single day, the price is going to be increasing multiple times per day. So this is the best time to get Callsi. Carlos, you have the other companies who disappear after a month because it's not a sustainable business model. Carlos, my business model is sustainable. I am here since a long time. My products are here since a long time. We're not going anywhere. Ray says, can't get in password. Well, we are going to help you with that, Ray. You say the daily limit is 500 calls. I see Elite is 50 and Pro is 200. So how do I get 500? Mark, I updated I made the presentation before we decided to upgrade the call limit. So it is 500, but the presentation is a bit older. I forgot to check the slide. So yeah, it's my mistake. You'll get 500 though. Bryce, so when we sell a license, what does it cover? Does it mean they get pro version? Yes, Bryce. Dominique, do you have any conversion stats for outbound calls? Dominique, it depends on offer. It depends on the product you're selling. It depends on your calling script. But usually outbound calls convert like 3%, 4%, 5%. And if you got a really relevant offer, if your leads are qualified, then maybe even 15 to 20%. Right. So SK says my order was completed for the all-inclusive, but you did not get the upgrades. Yeah, SK, you can get the links for the upgrades from my support system. You just ask them and they will give you the links to the extras that you missed out on, and you will be able to purchase them. Amy, if no CRM attached to phone, how do you respond to incoming call or incoming SMS? Amy, the CRM is a part of the product itself. You can train the product, which is you can put in the information inside the product. So the CRM is already in Callsi. You don't need to have a separate CRM. It's just already there in Callsi. Troy says, all said, I got it. Thank you again, Troy, for purchasing Callsi today. Really appreciate it. And thanks so much for buying. Thanks so much for attending the webinar. If you got a question, just stick around a little bit longer. I will be answering your questions too. And we'll make sure that everything is answered. Then Shinji says, thanks a lot for this wonderful webinar, Cyril G. Thank you, Shinji, for attending. Dominic, can you show us what the ready-made sales page looks like? Dominic, it will be similar to my landing page. It's a high converting sales page written by and created with professional intent. So just look at my landing page, which will be available tomorrow. This is the webinar. So today it's not available. It will be a high converting landing page. Will not hold back any goodies from you. You'll get the best thing. Alan, if a client wants an agent to receive calls and an agent to make calls, is that two licenses that I would sell to the client? Not really, Alan. You can sell them one license. They can create multiple campaigns with an agent to receive the calls and with an agent to make the calls. It's totally up to them. So yeah, that's not a problem at all. Lindsay, I shall watch the replay for the explanation. Thanks, Lindsay. And if you have any questions, just ask me again. Ray can get in the software my password. Okay, we will help you with that. We'll help. Don't worry about it. How many simultaneous calls can someone receive? Do we need multiple license for that? Not really, Alan. You can have multiple campaign and you can receive simultaneous calls. Just remember, every call can be, every number can have one call at a time. I think that's how phone numbers work. So if you want to have simultaneous calls on multiple campaigns, just put in multiple numbers in there. Ganti says, when did you launch Digi? Ganti, that was last month in August. Dre, handing the call off to a live human being is ultra important. We will build it in. Yes, Dre. I, in fact, have the technology to build it in. We will build this. Please swap people with people part with doggy lead gen. Samir, that's Diggy lead gen. I guess you mistyped, but that's okay. We will do that for you, Samir. Please create a support ticket. Ray is 500 calls per account or per campaign. It is per account and it is per day. Shoaib bought $404. Thank you, Shoaib, for getting the entire deal with all the plugins, all the extras. Appreciate it. Patrick, are those 500 calls incoming or outgoing or both? It is both. Lindsay says Cyril is very attentive to everyone and has a heart for all. Thanks again for being such a caring. Thanks again for being such a generous person, Lindsay. I always appreciate your kind words. When you say something like this, it reminds me that all my hard work is appreciated in more ways than one, not just the money that I get, but also the people who are on the call. Jim says, is there a replay? Fell asleep. Well, Jim, I can't blame you. Jira, I think that's Jira, sorry. Well, Jira, I can't blame you. There will be a replay. So yeah, you can catch up later. Mark One, how many team members with Pro? Mark One, there are 15 team. There are actually 15 team members with Pro. Ganti, good day, Cyril Gupta ji. I understand the legal things about the advertisements. I got to run. Thanks again for excellent product. Thank you for attending, Ganti. I know it's getting late. Wish you a great night. Take care. Jerry, when we buy this, based on your answers, this is for campaign use and not for providing a service for a business. No, Jerry, you can provide a service for a business. You can have inbound calls. Remember, incoming calls, it's possible. You can do appointments. You can do anything you want, right? The AI can answer questions. The AI can do surveys. So yeah, you should have it as a service. Absolutely, you can. Ray, the only way this makes sense is I get call transfer. Can you assure you will add this? Absolutely, Ray. Don't worry about it. I will be adding this in the coming versions. Could take a couple of weeks or maybe a month, but I think it'll be there soon. By the way, guys, nobody has this feature. So when I add it, it'll be the first product to have this feature too, just like all the other things that I already built in. Jeff says, I'm in on the deal. Thank you again, Jeff, for getting this deal today. I appreciate it. And I hope you will enjoy this. Just reading up more questions. SK, if you want to reach my support team, you can mail at support@technicforce.com or you can go to any of my websites. There is always a support link handy. Ganti says, when can we start selling the reseller license? Ganti, not 10 days. Actually, I don't ask you to wait that long. Only till the time my launch is live. You are not allowed to sell it. After my lifetime launch is over, you can start selling it right away. So Jeff Foster, you're not able to purchase, some problem with the card. Try the PayPal system. So if you remember, I'll show you. When you purchase, you got two options to purchase. This is run by Stripe credit card. This is run by Stripe. And you have another option, PayPal, which is PayPal. So if for some reason Stripe doesn't work, don't worry about it. Just go to PayPal, click on PayPal and try to pay through PayPal. By the way, PayPal also does credit card payments, so you will be able to use your credit card too. So just for people who are not able to pay for some reason. Edward says, how many credits are used for each call? I think, Edward, about 30 credits, 40 credits, depending on the conversation length. Mark, am I correct that it's considered a call whether it's incoming or outbound? Absolutely, Mark. Yes, that's correct. Dominic, I'm trying to pay with AMX and it's not accepting. Dominic, try PayPal. Alan, thanks for answering every question. Alan, I have so many questions left. I know this is an exciting product. People need to get a lot of answers. And I'm trying to answer every single one that I can. So yeah, there are more questions left and I'll be answering every one. Bryce, thanks, Cyril. I'm so happy I didn't buy from another company. Have a wonderful rest of the week. God bless you. Thanks for buying from me, Bryce. Ray says this call limitation is very confusing. You say each account is only 500 calls per day. So if I have 10 campaigns, it's only 500 calls in total. Yes, Ray, over 10 campaigns, you get 500 calls in total. If you want more than that, more than 500 calls per day, you can always stack up the accounts. You can make another account and have more campaigns in there. 500 calls per day limit is for the entire account. Murder Sai. Well, that's an interesting name. Murder Sai says, doesn't the spam law apply to one call to a business without it being on my mailing list? Murder Sai, you can have multiple cold outreach calls, more than one for sure, but you have to respect them. When they say that, do not call me again, please, then you must not call them again. And there is a process for it inside of Callsi. We have D&D technology inbuilt. So when your customers say that they don't want to receive calls from you, they will automatically be put in the D&D list and they will not be called again. Dre says, can an inbound call be triggered by a QR code? Absolutely, Dre. What you need to do is put in your phone number in the QR code, and I have the perfect technology for it. I mean, it's available everywhere. You can put your phone number in the QR code, and when people dial that number, they will have the inbound call. Actually, we are at the end of the questions. There are no training videos. Ray, the training videos are on a YouTube playlist. I think it was already there in the group. We will be putting it in the app today. The latest training videos. So they're gonna be included in the app today. Patrick says Call Fluent wants $2,500 per year. Wow, yeah, I know that it's crazy what some people want to charge, and well, this is a good deal only during the in the webinar. It's the best deal. Tomorrow it'll be a little more expensive, but I know this is the crazy deal when it comes to this. It is indeed the best deal that you can get for this software, especially with the features. Like Call Fluent doesn't have all the features that I have. I'm sure of it. S small says, so let me understand, the final call applies to the entire account. It applies to the entire account. And we are helping you, Ray. Just create a support ticket and we will get it sorted for you. Don't worry about it. Make sure to create the support ticket ASAP, please, so that we can reply to you and we can make sure that it's sorted out for your account. If anyone doesn't get access, just let me know. S small just bought the package. Thank you so much, S small, and we appreciate it. And welcome to the Callsi family. I hope you enjoy the product and you really have a great time with it. Jeff was finally able to get it too using PayPal. That's great, Jeff. So you are in now. That's amazing. And I hope you will have fun with the software too. Anybody else who's got a question, let me know that. Local host. I don't know what that link is for, Ray. It looks funny. Love to do a YouTube video with you so I can see this. I can seal this. I'm not sure what you mean, Jeff Foster. Sell this. Well, Jeff, you gotta make a YouTube video yourself to sell this. I may not be able to be a part of it because it will be weird if I promote your product and not mine. Just saying. Ebe Lind, I don't get a welcome must mail. You will get it, Ebe. I think our mailing system took a dive for some reason. We are sorting it out, and you will get the mail soon. So meanwhile, you can just create a support ticket and it will work. Right. So no worries about it. We are working on the issue that you told us about, Ray, and don't worry, we will sort it out and we'll make sure it's taken care of. All right. So let me see if there are any more questions. People might be mixing email from JVZoo with their password. Yeah, you'll get two emails. That's right, Shoaib. Don McClellan, in 1 month, if I need more 500 calls per day, how much? Don, you will need to get another license, and it will cost more because after 1 month, I'm going to my pricing. If you think you will need more than 500 calls per day, please get another license during the deal. After that, it's gonna be a little more expensive. Jeff Foster says I was charged twice. Don't worry, Jeff. Create a support ticket. We will refund one of the extra purchases that you made. It can happen if you end up clicking the button 2 times or something. I don't know, but don't worry about it. We've got you covered. Mordesai, what is the email address from which you will send notifications about a training webinar? All my emails will come to you from jeet@technicforce.com. So just make sure you whitelist it. Alan, I bought. Thank you, Alan, so much. Appreciate it. And really, really good to have you as my customer. Thanks again for attending the webinar. It's been quite a while. All of you guys are still here. And we're having fun. I'm answering questions. My voice is a little bit, you know, it's down a little bit now, but I'm still having fun. Okay. Amy is still trying to purchase, and it says the provided payment method does not match the expected type card. I don't know why this is happening, Amy. Shoaib has a suggestion for you. If card payment is getting some error first time, you can try again with the same card. Don't put your phone number in the optional section. Okay. I don't know why there is a requirement for a phone number. It should not, like, if you look at my screen, this is what you should see. It will ask you for card holder name and phone number and details, but should not ask you for phone number. Don McLean, thanks everyone. Thanks again for attending. Don, Guy, once reach 500 calls per day limit, do callers get a busy signal, voicemail access, or message to call back tomorrow? They will get, their phone will not be picked up, Guy. They will, the phone will just ring. S is small, and if it's an outgoing call, the call will not be made. S is small, thanks you. I'm going to start creating a campaign. I hope you enjoy it. S is small. Have a great time with Callsi. Shoaib is talking about his experience with purchase. He had to try and purchase again. So yeah, I think that's a good tip, Shoaib. And Dominic says, I'm finally in. Thank you so much, Dominic. I hope you are able to use this product without any hassles now. Mark says, if I want more than 500 calls per day, what license do I need to add? Mark, you can buy another all-inclusive if you want, or you can just buy the second license to Pro. It will add one more 500 calls. So that will make it 1000 calls. S Small says, thank you. Wow, that's the end of the questions list. It's been going on quite a while. It's been 2 hours. Guy says, I'm all in. What do you recommend we charge when we resell a license? Guy, I would not take less than $250 lifetime for it. That's 250 times return, right? So $250 lifetime or more, that's what I recommend to you. Again, guys, it was great answering all these questions. You had so many amazing questions from me and so many amazing suggestions. It gave me great ideas about how to build the product better. And I really enjoyed hanging out with you, all you people who attended the call today. Lindsay, thanks again for your kind words. Good job getting through all the questions. Yeah, it took me quite a while, Lindsay. Jim, yeah, I know this was fun and funny. I had a great time. So if you have any more questions, I will stick around for a few more minutes, by the way. And if you get it today, if you get Callsi today, just let me know in the chat box, and I will give you a shout out. The link to get it is on the screen. You can get it from this link. And Edward says, I bought the whole package to add to my suite of your products. Thank you, Edward, for purchasing this. I just saw your purchase. In fact, while I was chatting, I was answering questions. And good to have you back as a customer for another one of my products. I hope you enjoy this one too. So guys, I think this is pretty much the end of the webinar, unless you have more questions for me. I had a really great time today, really amazing questions, really amazing suggestions. What an audience. Totally loved it. RJ says, was late to the party. How does it connect to the business? Telephone numbers, emails. RJ, this is an AI calling software. It does AI telephone calls. And yes, it connects to people through telephone numbers. It can call them up, it can call the businesses, or it can receive the call. So it does incoming and outgoing calls using AI. These are human-like AI telephone agents. Dominic says, very nice product. Glad to be in and look forward to the experience. You are a real and relatable guy. Thank you, Dominic. I think being real is important. Absolutely true. I agree with that. And that's because I'm a businessman just like you, and I try to do the same things as you. So yeah, really good to hang out with you, Dominic, and everyone else who participated today. RJ, the entire webinar will be available as a replay later. So if you want to watch it from the beginning, we will have a replay. I think at some point somebody will mail you about it, either us or one of our partners. So look out for that email, and you should be able to watch that webinar now. How do I connect it to my business? Do I enter my business telephone number, website, emails, etc.? Absolutely, RJ. The demo did show you how to train it. It's extremely easy. All you need to do is tell it about your business, and you can also create questions and answers. So if people, let's say you're making a sales call and people ask questions, you can have answers to those questions pre-fed. That means you can make that, but you can solve all the doubts, answer all the questions of your customers. The AI can do it actually. And it's easy to create this information inside the campaign. So that's what the demo showed you. Lindsay says, well, you can sleep well tonight. Lindsay, it is 6:23 a.m. where I am. My day just started. I think I'll be spending the rest of the day just reviewing Callsi, working on it, maybe checking out some of the features that you told me about, and trying to see how I can build the next set, right? That's what I love to do. Thanks again for attending the webinar, Lindsay. I know it's getting late for you, right? What time is it? Okay, so we're going to wind up soon, guys. Not many people, right? I think we have now the end of the webinar, about 30-40 people still on the call. Thanks again for anybody who still attended, who are still here. And if you have any questions, I'm here for a couple more minutes. Let me know and I will be happy to answer them. Otherwise, we're going to end the webinar and we'll see you later. 12:25 in the afternoon. That's a convenient time, Lindsay. I'm sure it's fun. 12:25 is not that bad. Midday is cool. Yeah, I forgot that you're actually, you're in, this is not, I didn't forget, but just this mental fug. So you are in Australia, right? So it's a little bit ahead of me. Awesome. So thanks again, guys, for attending. This is Cyril Gupta, and I will see you on the next one. Have a great day, have a great evening, and I will see you next time. Welcome to Callsi, the most powerful AI telephony platform with real-time AI agents that sound just like a human being. With Callsi, you can do marketing calls, you can do reminders, you can conduct surveys, and people can even call in, get the information they want, and even book appointments. I'm going to show you Callsi, but before that, let's take a quick look at a call.
Hello, Cyril Jeet. I am Joel. Can we talk for a minute?
Hi, Joel. Sure. What is it about?
Cyril, I'm reaching out from Callsi. We specialize in AI telemarketing solutions. I wanted to ask if your business is currently using AI for telemarketing. If not, I can tell you how Callsi might benefit your business.
All right. Could you just give me a brief update?
Absolutely, Cyril. Callsi is an AI telemarketing software that can handle inbound and outbound calls for businesses. It can perform tasks like sales calls, lead qualification, fixing appointments, and answering questions. Our AI makes the calls feel like you're talking to a human agent.
Can it work in multiple languages?
Yes, Cyril. Callsi can speak in multiple languages and accents.
What about
This
Spanish?
means it can affect... Yes, Callsi can communicate in Spanish as well. This allows you to engage with Spanish-speaking customers.
Okay,
effectively.
could you send me the
Would you
landing
like to-
page, please? Could you send me the website?
Sure, Cyril. I'll send you the link to our website. You can learn more about Callsi there. Please check https://getcallsi.in for all the details.
All right. And what about a follow-up call? Can you send me a follow-up call later, maybe tomorrow? What about a follow-up call?
I've arranged for a follow-up call for you. Our business advisor will get in touch with you tomorrow to discuss further. Thank you, Cyril.
All right. Bye-bye. Well, that was just one sample call, but you can imagine the potential of Callsi from that just one call. Yes, it can talk to your customers in any languages you want. It can do outbound and inbound both, and it's a multifunctional app that can be a total marketer or a total telephone caller for you. It can take away a lot of work from you. So to get started, you just create a campaign. I have got a couple of campaigns already. I'm going to show you the Callsi campaign that I set up. Now on the dashboard, you will see information like the call summary. You will see a little graph which shows you how many calls you sent out or you received every day. And if you got any conversions, yes, Callsi can track the conversion. So if people are interested in your offer, Callsi will track that and show it to you. You will see a summary of all the recent calls, and you can view a call just by clicking on the view button. Here you will see the details of the call, the lead name, their phone number, some other details, and below that the actual transcript of the call that shows you how the conversation went, what Callsi said and what your lead said, so that you know exactly what to change, what to track, and how you need to adapt Callsi or modify the conversation in future. And it is incredibly easy to set up an effective campaign, and that is what I'm going to show you very quickly. So each campaign is about a business or a process that you might have. If you got clients, then each campaign can be for that particular client, even for a particular product, whatever way you want to structure it. If you are a real estate seller, it could be about a particular project that you're trying to sell. So you can divide all your calling up into campaigns. And to set up a campaign, you click on edit campaign. That's when you get started. And you need to put in a few details, basic details like the campaign name, the name of the business or the product, a little bit of the profile, put in any information you want, and you can go as detailed as you want. That's absolutely up to you. You get to choose whether the campaign is outbound or inbound. And if you want to receive the transcript by email at the end of every call, which is a great idea, because then you can keep track of the conversations on your telephone while you're on the go or wherever you are, and you don't need to be checking Callsi, and you don't need to come back and check Callsi multiple times a day. By the way, Callsi can even send an SMS to people. So if one of your customers are interested in the offer, you can send them an SMS with the landing page or whatever information you have, maybe your phone number. It's totally up to you. And yes, you can personalize the SMS with the lead's name. Callsi uses OpenAI's AI, so you get to choose which real-time engine you want to use, and we heavily recommend GPT real-time. It's really good. And you can also decide how many calls you want to send out to people. So if you want to send out multiple calls, maybe you couldn't reach them at a particular day and they want to be called up again, you can choose how many reattempts you want to make. Also, the gap between follow-up calls and of course the time zone that you're working in. This is very important because you want to target your leads and prospects in the time that is convenient to them, in the time zone that's convenient to them. And of course, you can put in your logo. Next screen, you get to set up the agent profile. It's very easy. You get to choose the agent name, the language they will use, the length of response. So mini response is about 20 words, and you can go up to long responses depending on the business and the use case. Choose the response length you want, and you can also choose the speech speed. How fast will your agent speak? Normal is just fine. Then we have instructions, and that's where you get to adapt the call. That's where you get to customize the call to suit the business. For example, you can start with a particular greeting, and of course you can put in your placeholder again, and you can also tell the AI how you want it to behave. So you can give it information about your business here, any follow-up information that you want, and you can also give it the personality that suits your business. Do you want it to go in depth? Do you want it to be educational? Maybe you're making a coach where people can call and get some counseling. So do you want it to be instructive? Whatever you want the agent to do, and whatever way you want it to do, that you can specify in the instructions section. Next, you get to choose the AI voices, and we have quite a few selection. These are all high quality real-time voices. Let's listen to a couple.
Hi, I'm Alloy. I'm smooth, confident, and perfect.
Hey there, I'm Ash. Chill.
Hey, I am Ballad, the
Hi, I'm Coral, bright bubble.
Hey, I am Cedar.
So you can choose the voice that you like just by clicking on it. It'll be highlighted. Next, you have this beautiful feature which is called response and reply. So when you are tracking the calls, let's say you see a particular question or a response from a caller and you want to create a custom reply for that, so that next time when the AI runs into a similar question, it can just use that reply to frame its response and make sure your clients get the best possible reply. All you need to do is click on add response, and then you can specify what the user said. Let me just put that information in. So check this out. Let's say the customer asks, does Callsi have a D&D feature? And the response is already there. Yes, it does. Callsi maintains a D&D list and make sure you're compliant. You can add it. And next time when a customer asks about the D&D, Callsi will give you the response. Callsi will give your prospect the response, depending on the reply that you put in. So it is like customizing Callsi to a level where you train your human agent, right? So you can train it like a human agent. Then you have calling hours. So we've got every day of the week. If you don't want to call on a certain day, let's say on Sunday or Saturday, you can just untick them and you can choose what time you want to start calling and what time do you want to stop calling. And Callsi integrates with Twilio, so you need to put in your Twilio details. You can just put in the Twilio details over here. And for incoming calls, you need to use this incoming call URL, which is specific for your campaign. You need to copy it and paste it over in Twilio to get your calling infrastructure going. Yes, Callsi integrates with Twilio, which is the top provider for calling infrastructure, for telephone infrastructure in the world. It gives you access. They give you access to all the different country codes and all the different numbers. Maybe you want in a specific area, you can exactly get the number you want. And it also uses the Twilio API to send the SMS. So when your customers are showing an interest in your product or service and they want to receive an SMS, Callsi will use the Twilio API to send the SMS to. That's where you set it up. Now for appointments, you can connect your Google Calendar and Callsi will set up your appointments in Google Calendar automatically. So whenever people say, yeah, I want to talk on a certain date or I want to fix up an appointment, Callsi can do that and it can automatically update your Google Calendar. How cool is that? Next, we have notifications. So whenever some event happens, Callsi can notify you by email. Let's say a customer expresses interest in your business. You know, you could be calling up maybe 20 prospects a day and one of them says, yeah, I'm interested. What can we do next? So Callsi will give them a proper reply and then mark that lead as interested and then notify you. If you want to be notified, you will get an email so that you know that you need to track it right now. There is no need to do a constant checkup. Callsi keeps you in the know. So you can set up your notifications here. Next, in the call section, you can see a list of all the calls that were performed and a transcript, just like I showed it to you earlier. You can see what happened in the call. So this one probably ended pretty early. Right, so this is how you can keep track of the calls. You can also see your leads over here, and adding a lead is as easy as importing from a CSV. You can even export the leads to the CSV, or you can delete the leads that you want to delete, or you can add the leads manually. So again, you can put the name and phone number and add the lead. Now I'm going to show you a cool feature about the leads. Any lead that you want to work with, let's say you've got Cyril Gupta over here and you want to send him a reminder. It could be maybe the payment is due and this guy has to pay you, or you want to remind him about the promise that he will place an order today. Whatever you want to do, you just click on call and then you can set up a specific call to them. Maybe let's say you want to set up a call for 2 days later. Tell Cyril that he has a meeting with me on Monday at 11 a.m. at the Ritz, right? And you can again customize it. If you want to put up any specific responses and replies, you can do that. Now you can either choose to make that call instantly, click on call now, and this call will go instantly to Cyril, whatever lead you selected, or you can schedule it for later. So let's say you wanna remind Cyril at 9 a.m. About the meeting at 11. So you can just do that. So I think Monday is 8th. Yep, that's all it takes. And now the call, it's actually 9 p.m. Yep, now the call will go to the lead that you specify at that particular time, and they will be notified of your preference. That's how easy it is to set up a custom call notifying your lead. I want to show you one more thing. By the way, we are in a particular campaign and it has the details of this particular campaign. You can choose to add this particular information to the campaign instructions that are already there, or you can just override campaign instructions, and in that case the call will not carry over any of the earlier instructions you have and just use the instructions that you put up in these boxes. So yeah, it's extremely customizable, and make sure that you are able to use it in many ways, not just as a marketer caller, but also in so many other ways. You can use it as a reminder machine, as a collection agent. You can even conduct surveys. So yeah, you can call up people, ask questions, and your responses you will get in the transcript so that you can review what your customers or what your prospects are saying. So this is making Callsi one of the most flexible calling software out there. There is nothing that is as flexible. In calls, you can see all the calls that are either completed or pending, whatever is their status. You can do that. If you want to cancel any particular call, you can. By the way, I think we also discussed this earlier. Callsi also maintains a do not disturb list. You know how people get upset if they don't want to receive a particular call. You don't want to keep calling them because then they will get angry. Maybe they will make a complaint or write a bad review or just get angry at your business. You don't want that, right? So Callsi has D&D. Whenever a customer says, I don't want to be disturbed, I don't want to be called, Callsi will put their number in the D&D list, and you cannot call them till the time you delete it from the D&D list, right? So that makes sure that you don't end up irritating people. So Callsi is a complete solution that makes sure you respect the local laws. So if you're calling in a particular jurisdiction, they might have such a requirement, and Callsi makes sure that you have compliance with those requirements. It also has team access, so you can have your team members coming into your campaign. By the way, you can assign a particular campaign to a particular team member, and they can work with your campaigns. They can access that particular campaign and be able to monitor your calling, to set up your leads, and do anything that you want them to do. So this is the first preview of Callsi. I'm sure this is going to be something that you will actively use in your business, whether you have an agency or you're running a product business. And if you decide to get it, I'm looking forward to seeing you inside. This is Cyril Gupta, your best friend in the business, signing off.